I've decided to use this guy, okay? And what I'm going to do is set these guys, hide them. Okay. So my next step is to begin to deform this guy so I can get rid of all my 90-degree angles. But I think most important to me right now is to get this guy to touch the entry right there, right? So I'm going to do a sub-object select, shift and control, and click on that line so I can stretch it out so it can meet. Okay. And when I do this, that means now I've provided an entrance. I can enter right there. Yeah. So we're going to try as best as we can not to have warped surfaces. So we're going to be setting the C-plane to the objects, or we're going to be turning on points and pulling points to get rid of the 90-degree shapes. The other thing we're going to do is kind of omit the view, the front view, so that everything is just line work. If you go to the front, right, everything is just line work. So it's just an extrusion, right? And I don't want to have just an extrusion. I want to be able to see somewhere that I have a wall. Well, let's go here, make that into a shaded mode, right? Some solid face on some of the views. So the best way to do that is to actually take one of the walls and turn it and totally rotate it, okay? But before I do that, I want to start deforming some things. And I'm going to start maybe from the top. I'm going to grab, and please don't hesitate to exaggerate what you're pulling, because this project needs to look fast, just like your previous project you made the previous project look fast. And pay attention to your gumball, how your gumball is going to be in the same alignment as your project. So solid, turn on points. I just turned on all the points for the solid. Now I can start pulling stuff, okay? But right now I can pull stuff only in the direction of the crease, right? Because if I pull on the red guy, it's going to warp that plane. Do you see that? So pay attention there. If I pull this guy up, it's going to warp that top plane. That's warped now. I can't use that. So in this scenario, the only guy I can pull is the green guy, right? But that's okay. I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to pull the green guy back a little bit, and now I don't have a 90-degree on this end. Okay. I'm going to pull my line work back. I don't need it. I'm going to pull this guy also back a little bit. So now when I look at top view, I don't have 90 degrees here. I'm good to go. And I'm going to exaggerate this guy a little bit as well. Okay, and that works for me. It's starting to get warped. That's good. What about that floor plate down here? I think I want to warp that guy as well. Okay. Okay, so you see how it's starting to get kind of a little more distorted? I think that's kind of good. So if I grab this point and I pull it down, nothing will get distorted. I'm going to pull this down so the ball starts to disappear a little bit. That way I know to have that guy hit the ground so that my model can stand. I'm going to grab some of these points here and stretch those guys a bit. That way I can land that piece of cardboard on that floor cardboard. That's why I pulled this guy out, so I can glue them together. Ooh, I have some 90-degree stuff here. I'm going to get rid of. This shape looks a little too rectangular, just a parallelogram. I think I need to exaggerate something in it. Okay, so now things have changed given these vertical walls and some of the floor plates, but they're all still 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees this way, 90 degrees that way. So I need to begin to slant some things inwards. So again, with my sub-object select, I'm going to grab that. And I want to see if I push that in, I'm good to go, right? And I'm going to do the same thing here. Sub-object select this line. All right, so this floor plate is a little bit too big, but I think it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and push along parallel with that plane, which is that red arrow. So I'm going to pull that in quite a bit. Okay, so none of my verticals are 90 degrees anymore. And all I need to do now actually is to turn in one of the planes inwards. I think I want to exaggerate this guy a little bit more.